Hi, my name's Armand Barakat, and I'm going to be teaching you about atoms, ions, molecules, and compounds, and show you why it's really not that difficult. Atoms. Atoms are the most basic unit of matter. The nucleus is made up of protons and neutrons, which are densely packed. The nucleus is surrounded by electrons. Protons are positive, while neutrons are always negative. An example of an atom is hydrogen. It has one proton and one electron. This is an example of an atom. You can see the center, which is tightly packed, is made up of neutrons and protons. The protons have the plus sign in the middle, signifying the positive charge. And again, surrounding it is electrons. The electrons and protons cancel each other out, giving this atom in particular a neutral charge. But when they're out of balance, it'll create ions, which I will explain right now. Ions are charged atoms. With the loss of an electron, they will become positively charged cations. With the addition of an electron, they will become negatively charged anions. The charge of an atom is hugely important when determining whether an element can bond with another element. Here's a perfect example. You can see lithium, which is a metal, and fluorine, which is a nonmetal. Lithium only has one electron on its outer valence shell, while fluorine has 7. Fluorine does not want to give up all 7 of its electrons. That will take up a lot of energy versus taking in one more. Same thing with lithium. Lithium doesn't want to take 7 electrons instead of just giving away its 1. So you can see the arrow. The lithium is going to give away its 1 electron and bonds with fluorine, and both of them will have full valence shells. And that'll make them more stable, and they will no longer want to bond with other elements because their outer valence shell is filled. Now let's go to molecules and compounds. This is a really basic topic that a lot of people confuse. It's really not that hard. A molecule is when 2 or more elements join together chemically, while a compound is when 2 or more different elements join together chemically. Now, all compounds are molecules, but not all molecules are compounds, because a molecule can be something like H2, which is simply 2 hydrogen atoms that have bonded together chemically. For a compound example, you would need, just like last time, 2 differing elements. For example, lithium and fluoride. That was a perfect example of a compound, just in the last slide. Now here's an example of the molecules and compounds. You can see hydrogen right here, as I stated earlier, H2, one hydrogen, that makes a molecule. And here you see nitrogen and oxygen. Now, they've come together to form a completely different substance chemically than what they were on their own before. And they are 2 different atoms. And that's really all there is to it with molecules and compounds. I hope you guys learned something and enjoyed my presentation.